I'm in Dallas, Texas at ASIS 2017. Boy, I'm tired. Now, I'm really excited to have our next guest here, Brad McMulen, Stanley Security, StanleyCSS.com. They don't just make tools. And you guys are kind of, you're not a complete secret in the business as far as security, if you're in the industry, but, you know, soccer mom across the street thinks Stanley and they think power tools. And my brother in construction, he thinks power tools. And I go, no, they have a whole security division. It's awesome. Clean up baby monitoring, all kinds of things.
That's absolutely right.
So tell us what CSS stands for first.
So it's Convergent Security Solutions.
Oh, great name.
So total company is Stanley Black & Decker. So we have the tool side of the business, which is the Stanley hand tools you're familiar with.
Yeah.
On our side of the business, it's security solutions. And three main areas we focus on: the healthcare division, right, which focuses on asset monitoring within hospitals, as you mentioned, monitoring, baby protection. We have an access technologies, which is automated doors. So if you walk into a lot of the commercial buildings, you see the Stanley doors. And then the CSS side of the business, where we are an integrator of all things security solutions.
Oh, okay.
So we focus on installing, servicing, and monitoring security solutions. So think of burglar alarms, fire alarms, access control, video solutions, which is the core of what we do. And then we also have what we call expanded solutions that focuses on software solutions we can provide to our customers, personal response applications on phones to help protect employees, not only when they're at work, but also outside of the office.
Fabulous. Now, you said integrator. You are a manufacturer, of course, on the tool side. Are you manufacturer of anything on the security side? Baby monitoring I'm familiar with, but anything else?
So on the healthcare side, yes, we have our own products. On the doors side, we manufacture those.
Okay.
On the pure CSS side of the business, we don't manufacture anything.
Okay.
Other than software solutions, which we'll implement.
Right.
Otherwise, we work very closely with technology partners and manufacturers to install their systems correctly, service them, and make sure they're running correctly all the time.
That's the trick. You can buy the better mousetrap and you can plug it in, but if there's not sustainability and there's not maintenance and nobody knows how to work it, it sits there and collects dust. I've seen it happen.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And one of the nice things that we feel like we can offer our customers is, because we are somewhat manufacturer agnostic, we can act as a consultant for them.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
And say, tell us what your problems are and your challenges. We'll give you some suggestions on solutions to look at. And then when you decide what the right one is for you, you let us know and we'll help you install that and meet the needs of your organization.
I worked at Fox a long time ago, and we had a checkpoint access control system, and you could only use their card, and you could only use their BIOS, and only use their computer, and that was it.
That's right.
And how far have we come to open, not open systems, what's the right word for that? Where you can connect them.
Fully integrated. Right? Things that are very fully integrated.
Is Stanley plugging in with Sony and Sony plugging in with Panasonic? Can we bring all these different companies, maybe best brand, to the security table and council and make them all work together?
So I think where you see that probably most is within access control and video management systems.
Okay.
Right, where a lot of those manufacturers tend to be fully integrated with a lot of the different partners. So if you put in an access control system for offices and doors, you really want your VMS system to be tied to that.
Right.
So if someone's accessing a point, you have a camera on it. Or if somebody pulls a fire alarm, you'd like to see the video associated with it. And then you have areas such as visitor management. Same thing. You want to know visitors checking in, it's tied to your VMS. So I would say within access control and within video management systems, those are probably the most open platforms that are integrated with a lot of the different solutions in the marketplace.
Remember, GE years ago came out with this unbelievable system, it did everything, right? And only authorized dealers that were trained, that went to the school, that paid the money, can come work on the thing. And I was a guard company supplier.
Sure.
And a good friend of mine ran this high-tech gaming company out in the North Valley in California. He could not find anybody to fix it.
Is that right?
And it literally sat there for a year.
Right.
Right? I'm kind of guessing the CSS part of Stanley could come in there and take over as a consulting piece and say, you know what, we're going to make this happen. We're going to figure out how to make this work and keep that part of it moving. Is that another good way to describe part of the consultancy piece in a way?
It is. It's a great way to put it. And one of the things that we try to do is we try not to be experts in everything. We try to focus on let's say the top 3 solutions within each of the categories. But we do have the ability, if a customer has existing product in place or a solution that they really feel fits their needs that we're not familiar with, we'll spend time getting trained and certified on that product. So not only can we install it, but most importantly, to your point, we can service it and make sure that it's running all the time.
Yeah.
Because what good is the system if it's down half the time?
And that does happen.
It does.
For lack of knowledge or working it. What's on the, not the drawing table for you guys, what are the next blueprints for Stanley and CSS?
Well, so there's really 3 things that we're looking at now. We had talked about expanded solutions. One of them is around video verification. So if an alarm is triggered in a workplace, for example, it gives us the ability, our monitoring station, gives us the ability to see video clips of what happened.
Okay.
Also gives us the opportunity to look in live and verify that there is an intruder.
Okay.
And that way we can alert police that it's a burglary in process rather than just alarm. Right, so it's great for the place of business because typically it drives a faster response for police, right? Higher apprehension rate, and it's really great for our law enforcement because then they're not spending time running out to false alarms all over the place.
Not going blind with knowledge. Yeah.
That's right, and if they do happen to be going into a dangerous situation where someone's in there, we can provide them a little bit of information, whether that person is armed, how many people are there to help protect law enforcement as well.
Now, let's say SecurityGuideTV.com was big enough to have a monitoring station. We'll get there one day. You said monitoring. Do you guys provide that as an alarm monitoring station?
We do.
Okay, interesting.
So we have a large monitoring station in Minneapolis that where we monitor fire alarms, burglar alarms, really anything connected to the network that we can get a signal on.
Yeah.
We can get alarms on.
That's fantastic.
And then we can follow the protocol. If you want us to alert the homeowner first, we can do that. Or excuse me, the business owner first. Or if you want us to notify police and have them come in, we can do that as well.
Now, that's unusual in the business. I almost bought an alarm company once. So I researched the whole thing. And interesting business. But what I found was there's, I don't know the exact number, but there's 3 gigantic alarm monitoring companies, and everybody else, uses them or something. But, for you guys to have your own monitoring company for your own clients, that's very unique, and I think that's a great value.
It is, and it really allows us to focus on training. Right. It also allows us on focusing on not just the response to the alarm, but being able to go back to our customer and take that data and say, hey, we notice a lot of false alarms around 5 or 6 o'clock, or always at the same time this person's checking in or arming the system. Can we help you do some training? Obviously, it's an inconvenience to the police, but probably more importantly, it's downtime and inefficient for you, for our alarm center to be calling you. Yeah. So it allows us to really be proactive with our customers and help take inefficiencies out of their business.
Brad McMulen, StanleyCSS.com. It's not just your dad's hammer anymore. Check them out. Back in a minute here on SecurityGuideTV.com. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Take us out, Mr. Lewis.
Thank you very much.
Take us out, Mr. Lewis.
Thank you very much.
Take us out, Mr. Lewis.
Thank you very much.
Take us out, Mr. Lewis.